Let's get start. 시작하겠습니다.
네.
난 첫날 만나 놀러 다니.
놀러 갔다.
봄이니까 꽃놀이 구경.
Every week. 못 드셨다.
I went 지난 꽃잔디 페스티벌 with my friend. 요새 꽃이 너무 예뻐갖고 꽃잔디가 지난해 도 그렇고 몇 년 동안 거기를 한번 가보려고 했었어. 지난해 꽃잔디가 유명하다 해서 잔디 이렇게 잔잔하면서 핀 거 있잖아요.
핑크 있잖아. 진 핑크색.
내가 이거 올려줘.
진한 핑크색.
네.
바닥에
핑크도 있고 흰 것도 있고 보라도 있고 막 그래요. 근데 이제 바닥으로 잔잔하게
한 바스 먹어내도 정말
해서 피는 거. 내가 갔다 온 거 올려드리겠습니다.
네, 올려주세요.
제가 하나 올릴게. 말씀하세요.
아니 여기 있는 거 내가 올리려고 그랬던 거. 그거에 대해서 아니 왜 이게 저기가 안 돼. 난 저기 제로 했더니 안 되더라고. 여기 켜야 되잖아 와이파이. 와이파이. 와이파이 켜야 돼.
이거 크다.
크다? Could is big.
그럼 내가
Yeah, but when you talk about tall also is 키가 크다. 키가 높다 is for buildings.
That's for buildings?
Yeah, mountains.
Buildings and mountains.
꽃잔디 갔다 온 거 한번 올려드릴게.
Thank you.
챙겨봐. 꽃잔디 축제에 갔어요 친구들하고. We paid 6,000 won for admission fee. 6,000원을 입장료로 냈고, and 4,000 won for 카트 알죠? 카트 electric vehicle 10,000 won in total. 그게 이제 골프장에 이렇게 끌고 다니는 전동차 있잖아요. 카트. 네, 카트 전동차. 그거를 타는데 또 6,000원이야. 입장료는 그건 4,000원이야. 입장료는 거기 돌아오는데. 입장료 6,000원 내고 이거 4,000원 내고 토탈 이제 10,000원을 냈어요. 거기는 경로 저거 없더라고. 경로 할인도 없어. 이게 소유지요. 개인 소유지요. 그래갖고 나라에서 하는 거는 경로 해주잖아요. 그것도 없어. 그렇게 냈고.
그것까지 경로 많이
우리는
챙길 건 다 챙겨.
경로 좋아하잖아. 가면은
챙겨야지.
해주고 그런데 막 수목원 같은데 가도 막 경로 많이 해주잖아요.
30%
그래서 10,000원씩을 냈고 at the entrance we took cart car to the top 꼭대기 올라갔어요. and listened to the driver's explanation. 거기는 그 차를 끌고 다니는 분이 식물이니 꽃이니 다 설명을 하면서 올라가요. 그래서 올라가서 정상에 올라갔고 we got off the cart at the top. 거기서 이제 내렸어. 정상에서 내려갈 때는 안 타고 그냥 걸어서 꽃 구경하면서 내려간다고. 차가 시간 다녀요. 근데 막 사람들 태워갖고 올라갔다. 근데 우리는 이제 안 탄다고 거기서 커피 한 잔 먹고 we drink a cup of tea while breathing in the fresh wind. 시원한 바람을 맞으면서 차 한 잔씩 마셨고 when we came down, we walked down to the theater, flowers blooming here and there. 여기저기 구경을 했고. This is a private property, 450,000 평, 45,000평 사유지요. 개인 사유지요 그게. 근데 그렇게 넓진 않죠. 45,000평이니까. 그래서 그걸 보면서 내려왔고. This is also 불두화 페스티벌 in May. 5월달에는 불두화 또 축제도 한대요. 불두화라고 불두화인데 불교 그 부처님 마냥 꼬글꼬글한 거 있어.
그런 꽃이 있죠.
그래가지고 그게 피면 수국같이 돼요. 그래서 불두 머리 두자에서 불두화.
스님
스님
부처님.
머리, 부처님 머리라고 해서 불두화 축제가 이제 5월달에 하고, and from July 25th, 목수국 and 백일홍 festival will be held. 거기 계속 축제를 하더라고. 그때는 또 그거를 한대요. 그래서 그렇게 둘러봤고, this place is worth visiting at least once. 한 번쯤은 가볼 만한 곳이다. 라는 생각으로 소개를 합니다. 그거 올렸어요, 카톡에? 그래서 한번 보시고. 네, 대치도까지.
Okay. For me, she always go here and there, picnic, enjoying spring, flowers, which is very good. I think nature is now in peak, really beautiful. For me, I don't like talk about one meeting, one gathering last week I have, and also I'm going to talk about when Andy Warhol exhibition. 저는 이제 지난주에 5명 우리 한남대 선생님들 모임을 쭉 10년 넘게 해온 게 있거든요. Every 3 months we get together actually.
3 months?
Yeah. From Hannam University colleagues. We call the meeting 영우회.
영어회?
영어로 우정을
영우회.
as the English friendship.
영사모는 아니고
영우회.
우리 파통 모임은 영사모예요.
That
영어를
was
사랑하는 모임.
last Wednesday actually, and we had lunch in 경복 Palace restaurant. 경복궁 in 만년동. That place is our designated always same place actually in 경복궁 because it's a private room and we kind of like that food there. After we had lunch there, we went to cafe Brahms actually near Daejeon Art Museum. 대전 시립미술관 가까이에 있는 카페 is Brahms. Usually that cafe is not so crowded, but that day was quite crowded. A lot of people.
주말이었나?
I wondered last Wednesday, I wondered why so many people, And then I realized that day was Culture Wednesday. 문화가 있는 수요일. Every last Wednesday is Culture Wednesday. So some place like a museum or some, like a theater movie, that we can get some discount. So I thought, maybe some people came here to see the exhibition of Andy Warhol. Have you heard his name? I guess it's quite well known to Koreans by his name. Andy Warhol, pop artist.
Warhol.
Warhol. Andy Warhol, pop artist. He's quite well known man. With the portrait of Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, and Campbell soup can. Tomato soup can. I haven't really known him much, but just by listening to some commercials or about his art pieces, I just began to know some of his art pieces. Anyway, I was told this exhibition is really big one. We didn't have any chance or opportunity to see his art, but this time they told us it is really good opportunity to go and see the exhibition because about 300 art pieces there. 300점 정도가 anybody have been there, have seen that exhibition? No? 아무도 안 가보셨어요 혹시?
6월 21일까지입니까?
Yeah, it's until June 21st actually. Some people from other cities they come over to visit that exhibition actually.
Where
But
was it?
anyway, in 대전.
Oh, Taejeon Cultural Center?
Yeah, Cultural Center.
지금?
Yes.
지금
In my
Until-
memory,
right now.
there was the same exhibition in last year
Where?
in Daejeon.
You mean Andy Warhol?
In my last year, there was last year.
There, I think it was just 2 or 3 pieces at the time. But this time only Andy Warhol's. 지난번 저기 다른 현대 미술 할 때 그 마릴린 몇 개 왔었어요, 그죠? 네, 앤디 워홀 거몇 개. 근데 이번에는 온전히 앤디 워홀의 그냥 전시회. I was told that some Canadian collector collected his art pieces, about 500. And then this time, 300 pieces exhibited actually. So a lot, a lot.
At the time, it was considered junk.
Yes,
Junk.
but he made
Absolute
money.
junk.
People didn't understand why this is art. It's not art. It's business. It's just, you know. So to me, it sounded. It's not really like
'Cause
art.
I lived on Manhattan when he had his special place you could go to. I once went to his special place.
Yes.
Anyone could go to his place. It
He
was just,
it was
it was bedlam.
he
Absolute
made
bedlam.
you know like factory art more,
Yeah.
more like you know originally we know that art is usually painting by hand, right? But he just used the printing method, so made in the factory.
Just
After
turned
he
out.
drew one portrait, he printed it over and over. So many pieces the same. So it was like business. It's not real art as we know.
It was like
Like,
commercial.
Yes, it's commercial. But he said, why not? You see, masterpieces is now sold for really expensive price. But then business could be art. That's what he said. And commercial art. So he actually, this time I changed my mind a little bit actually. After I saw that, I saw twice actually. Once when I visited, I thought it still doesn't look like art, you know. In my first visit, 첫 번째 제가 방문해서 봤을 때 아무래도 300점이 있는데 제가 예전에 알고 있었던 my image about him was a little changed. But his method was silk screen, you know, printing. So same pieces of he drew, and then he asked his factory workers to print out that and some touches on his first painting. So he printed out over and over. So many pieces. He sold it a lot, sold them. So he made big money actually. Celebrities, especially, he really that time he really worked for a lot of commercial advertisement things like album jacket cover painting and also some famous products like Chanel or you know like Coca-Cola or Campbell soup. He made the advertisement logo. It doesn't look like art as we know. 그러니까 우리 아는 그 예술 같이 보이지 않아요. 그러니까 우린 예술은 손으로 직접 그려야 되고 뭔가 고상하고 유니크하고 뭔가 좀 그렇잖아요. 뷰티풀 해야 되는데 this is more like 스킬 같아 좀 그냥 이렇게. 근데 오리지널 작품은 본인이 그려서 이거를 계속 찍어낸 거예요. 그래서 가장 유명한 것 중에 하나가 마리를 못 놓게 이제 그 아마 몇십억 단위로 하나 팔렸을 거예요. 그렇게 하고 he made a lot of money actually. But this time when I got together with my colleagues, I asked them if they saw that exhibition, but all of them said because we expect we're gonna go and check the exhibition after we have meeting. They didn't see that. 그 모임 그 친구 우리 모임 이제 거의 친구뻘인데 그러더라고. 제가 이제 그 봤냐고 하니까 우리가 이제 모임을 하면 항상 그렇게 뭐 콘서트를 가든지 아니면 미술관을 가든지 이제 그 모임은 그래요 항상. 그러니까 분명히 우리가 모이면 앤디 월 그거 가자고 내가 얘기할 것 같아서 안 봤다는 거예요. 근데 I saw it actually. 저는 봤는데 제가 도슨트 설명을 듣고 한 번 더 보고 싶다. 그래서 we went there at 2. Listening to docent explanation and guide, we had one more tour. And I could understand much more actually. That day, the exhibition hall was so crowded actually. First time when I visited there, not many people. I went there with my sister and my daughter. My sister and daughter, whenever we have some exhibition, famous one, we like to go there, check. My sister and my daughter didn't like the exhibition. Yeah, because it was not like Van Gogh. It was not like Rembrandt. Well, it was not like, famous artists. 그러니까 유명한 우리가 알고 있는 뭐 반고 작품도 왔었고 피카소도 왔었고 다 왔을 때 같이 항상 갔었는데 그런 거는 이제 좋아하는데 확실히 요거는 상업적이고 너무 뭔가 예술품 같지가 않으니까 별로라고 하더라고요. 그래서 저도 첫 번째는 약간 이해가 좀 안 갔어. 이걸 예술이라고 한다고? 근데 두 번째 도슨트 설명을 들었는데 그리긴 그렸어요. 본인이 첫 번째는 이 모든 포트레이트 라고 하는 초상화의 다양한 그 셀러브리티들의 초상화를 다 본인이 그렸어. First drawing, painting, and then he used the printing method. 그러니까 인쇄를 이제 이용했어. 그래서 수많은 사람한테 이걸 이제 팔은 거예요. 그래서 at that time people couldn't understand. People didn't like, as he said, maybe hate his art. But later he got some recognition from as a modern pop artist. 현대 팝 아티스트로서. I think in a way I could kind of understood him. He's quite imaginary. He is very 상상력이 뛰어난 분 같아요. And he made a very unique product already there, but he changed some. And he got some advertisement logo a lot for perfume, for car, for high heel shoes, so many things actually. 그러니까 a lot of product were advertised by his art pieces actually. And not only that, he also made a lot of posters for politicians. 그러니까 정치인들을 위한 포스터도 엄청 디자인을 많이 했고 뭐 하여튼 다양. 그래서 저는 이제 그거 보면서 이 사람 천재 같다. 굉장히 아이디어가 많은. He has a lot of idea. But somehow, as a Christian, some part I didn't like actually. Some pieces of art was not really good to see actually. 거기에 좀 약간 동성애적인 그런 포스터도 있었어요. 그래서 그런 거는 좀 별로더라고요. 근데 anyway, I think his hair, as you know, he has white silver hair, but it was not really his hair. It was wig.
Oh, it was wig. I didn't know that.
It was wig.
가발.
거기 나오는데 항상 하얀 머리 이렇게 확 뜬 거 이런 거 하고 나오잖아요. 그래서 여기가 까만 머리예요.
가발이요,
여기는. So I thought
그렇구나.
he died. 염색한 줄 알았어요. 그런데 거기 영상에서 나오는데 또 그 도슨트가 I got docent explanation. It was wig. 가발이었다고. 그러니까
Mine is
anyway,
real.
so unique. He was anyway weird. 좀 이상하고 조금 독특한 분이었던 것 같긴 해요. 근데 he died at his age
짧은
59. 59세에 돌아가셨더라고요. At his
He
age.
did drugs.
마르르문은
He did
30대
drugs
좋은 거 아니야?
also.
He also did drugs. 그러니까 드럭 마약도 하고, 그러니까 좀 사생활이 조금 안 좋았던 부분들이. I think his private life was not good.
And he made some movies too.
Made movies. Yeah, that's right. I got the. 영화도 만들었다고 나오더라고. 또 설명해 주시죠. Anyway, short life, but this time from Daejeon is the first place to do the exhibition, and it's ahead of US 투어. 그러니까 대전을 출발로 해서 미국으로 이제 그 이지비션 그 전시회가 옮긴대요. 그러니까 여기 대전이 첫 투를 했다는 면에서 좀 대단하다.
사람 많아요? Was it crowded?
Only last Wednesday because it was Culture Wednesday
Because
discount.
it was Cultural
근데
Wednesday.
그렇게 많이
그래요?
안 디스카운트 하더라고요. 3,000원 디스카운트, 2만 원, 20,000 원. But for us old people, half price, 10,000.
Half price.
만 원. Yes, yes.
This painting is very simple. Has not many colors.
Not many what?
Colors.
Color.
네.
Yes, but if you see, there are many different posters and logos. Has a lot of brilliant, colorful things. 대단히 다양해요. 하여튼 막 엄청 우리가 생각한 것보다 so many pieces. You cannot even imagine. 이해 이렇게 상상할 수 없을 정도의 그런 작품들도 꽤 많아요. 뭔가 이런 것도 있다고. 좀 설명을 도슨트 2시 every day there's two at 2 도슨트
What's this
tour.
called?
So it's good.